Yo, what's up? What's happening? Welcome to another episode of the Meathead on the Mic podcast. Hope you guys and girls are having an amazing day, and welcome to another episode of the Meathead on the Mic podcast. It's your returning champion, IFBB Pro, Matt Butale, and today I'm going to be coming at you with another topic, and it's quite vulnerable. All right, it's quite vulnerable. We're going to break it down in just a little bit. I'm just going to set up here on Instagram real quick, and then we're going to dive into it. All right, let's see here. Okay. Should be up very soon. Switch that around. And then we're going to get it rolling. Sorry for those of you that were actually waiting. We just had to set up on Instagram real quick. I'm going to put that up, I'm going to pin it. Yeah, now let's officially roll into today's episode. My bad, guys. Yo, what's good, Meatheads? Hope you're having an amazing day, and welcome to another episode of the Meathead on the Mic podcast. It's returning champion, IFBB Pro, Matt Butale, and today I'm going to be coming at you with another topic. Okay, so today I'll be bringing a very near and dear story to me. Okay, something that is true, something that is happening right now as we speak, and it's fucking exciting. It's amazing, and I love it, and I just really want to share it with you because it means a lot to me. All right, it's a true story. Today I'll be sharing a true story about how I'm currently helping a retired truck driver lose 15 pounds in 1 month. Well, he already lost the 15 pounds, so that's a spoiler alert. And it was in 4 weeks exactly yesterday. Okay, so it took 4 weeks for him to lose 15 pounds in a single fucking month. Okay, and this guy's over 60 years old. All right, and he's a retired truck driver. And so if you're younger, if you're 30, if you're half that age, or if you're in somewhere in between, like 45, then this is something you got to listen to. I promise. It's going to motivate you. It's kind of fucking inspirational. Not just because this is just a random truck driver, but because this story is actually a story about my dad, my father. Yeah. Who would have thought? This IFBB Pro, he's got a father that's overweight. Who would have fucking thought? Anyway, it doesn't matter if you think that. It doesn't matter what you think. The fact of the matter is that he's losing literally weight rapidly and in a sustainable way for himself, for his lifestyle, without even using a fucking food scale at the age of over 60 years old. So we're going to be breaking it down. I'm going to be talking about sort of who he is, how he ended up getting to where he is right now, and where he wants to go with his current fitness journey at his age. So you can sort of formulate what's realistic in your sort of predicament. All right. So again, he is no average truck driver. All right. He's my dad. If you guys don't know, was raised on a truck driver's dollar. All right. My dad has been a truck driver since as long as I can remember. Okay. And throughout my life, I've watched him go through several things that men usually go through, and then extra things that men don't usually go through that he still went through. Like divorce, like 2 life-threatening incidents, which I'm not going to get too in depth with, but these things did happen, and I've never seen anybody more resilient in my fucking life. I mean that 100%. There's nobody that I know on this planet that is more resilient than my father, and it's like no reason why I am the way I am today. I got to pay homage to him because I saw that guy wake up relentless 3, 4, 5 a.m. in the morning every single morning, working 12 to 16-hour shifts, doing long haul, driving from fucking Canada to Mexico and back, to put food on the table. And I've seen this guy hustle and hustle and hustle all of his fucking life. And it's been nothing but an inspiration and a fucking lesson for me. And I'm grateful to have had a father like that in my life and to continue to have someone so supportive and such a great role model. Okay, but somewhere along the way, he neglected himself. Okay, because he has family. And family is the primary responsibility of any fucking responsible man. And if you're a responsible man and you have a family, you know what I'm talking about. So he ended up putting himself on the back burner to feed his wife, to feed his kids. And when I say putting himself on the back burner, I mean he completely neglected his health in order to provide for our family. He would short himself on sleep. He would eat what's convenient on the road. And even when he'd come home, he'd eat quite a bit. He wouldn't ever, restrain himself with the food. He'd eat a lot. He'd eat a lot of fried foods. We're African, so he's eating a lot of African food. If you guys know what fufu is, shout out to you. Fried plantain, he's eating that. Right, fried fish, he's eating that. Fried chicken, he's eating that. Right, and these things lead to high cholesterol, which actually did lead to high cholesterol for him, and many other health issues later down the line, which is just inevitable when you have a diet like that. If you got cultural dishes, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Whether you're from Africa, India, the Middle East, wherever you're from, those cultural dishes will sneak upon you in the end. And so that's what he would continuously do. He would eat that all the time, right? And over the span of 20 years of him being a dedicated truck driver, okay, and providing for his family, putting himself last, and putting his family and his wife and his kids first, it ended up catching up to him. And again, let's put a little gap in here. There was also a divorce, between, in his life, which was my mother and all that stuff. And so he also went through that sort of adversity. And then around that time, maybe a couple of years later, he almost lost his life due to an incident, which I'm not going to talk about over here. All right. And then after that, he almost lost his life again in a truck accident. This was recent. This was about a year ago, last March. Okay, and this truck accident actually almost amputated his arm. Okay, and since then, he hasn't been able to return to the 18 wheelers, running the truck life. He doesn't do that anymore. He was forced into an early retirement, which sent him in a spiral of depression. Right? Like, think of it. This guy was, all he knew was wake up, work, and wake up, work, wake up, work. And then the only thing that he could actually do to make himself feel valuable in this world, like he was worth being alive, was taken away from him due to a crazy freak fucking accident on the highway. Where the truck rolled over and his hand was hanging out the window. It gets really graphic. I don't really want to talk about it, but later on down the line in his transformation, when he's making more progress and we're comfortable with uploading pictures, you'll be able to see all that. I won't spare any details. So follow me on Matt Butale, Instagram, wherever you honestly are watching this, TikTok. I'll be posting about it in the near future because he's fucking hustling, man. He's really burning that weight. Okay. Outside of the injury that he had with the several reconstructive surgeries, he was able to actually keep his arm and it wasn't amputated. Okay. He had incredible back pain, proteinuria. If you guys don't know what that is, it's basically when your body isn't metabolizing the protein properly and it's found in your urine, right? It's not a good sign of like internal health. He has high cholesterol and sleep apnea. If you don't know what sleep apnea is, it's really loud snoring. And essentially, your body mass is so high that it gets in the way of you actually breathing. And so in your sleep, you'll have gaps of breath, which you could actually die with. Sleep apnea is fucking deadly. And it happens when you are like really, really overweight or morbidly obese for your specific height with a BMI of over 30 on average. Okay. He was on medications for these things. Okay. And he hated it. And, it got to a point where, like, he honestly told me that he hated the way he looked. He hated the way he felt because his back always fucking hurt. Like, he literally couldn't stand up for, I swear to God, 4 to 5 minutes without being in pain. And it really fucking hurt. Like, for me to see that and for him to tell me that, it fucked me up, to be honest with you, because I know the power of health. What I do for a living is getting people out of his position and into a better position and more healthy. Right. And to see my own father going through that pain was like, what the fuck? Like, I'm right here. I can just literally change his mind and help him and allow him to like experience what success actually looks like for his body. For him to actually enjoy the way he looks, for him to live a higher quality life, for him to fit into the clothes that he actually wants to wear. Like, I have the knowledge to help him do that. And don't get me wrong, in the past I've tried. But you know how it is with people that are, especially when they're your parents, right? They just, you're just their kid, so it doesn't matter. Do you know what I'm saying? But it just hit rock bottom for him, and he's like, I can't fucking do this anymore. And so he decided to reach out to me. My own father, can you imagine? This guy's an African man. He's in his 60s, so it took fucking balls for him to do this. Because they have a high ego and a high pride. They'll never ask for help, let alone from their own fucking kids. And so he reached out to me, which honestly, that act alone, I already saw, okay, yeah, he's fucking done being in this position. right? He trusts me. He loves me. I know that for sure. He's proud of me. But for him to come out to me and ask for help was just, that showed me he was at the bottom line and he was not going any worse. And it actually really hit when he was coming up to me. He asked me, he says, I'm hanging out with my new friends and stuff, and they're telling me that I'm losing a little bit of weight. At this time, he wasn't doing anything, you know. And let me know if you've had that conversation with your parents where they come up to you, they're like, yeah, like they said I was losing weight. I'm like, but you haven't been fucking doing anything. And I'm an asshole, you know what I mean? Like, I'm blunt. If like, one problem that I used to have, if I ever lied, it was because I didn't want to tell the truth, because whenever I tell the truth, it's actually very rude. I don't like being I don't try to be rude, but there's no filter when I am telling you the truth, which is why it often hurts. So, but he's my dad, so he always understands what I say when I say it without the rude part. So I was telling him, dude, you haven't been losing weight. You haven't been doing anything. You eat the same. You don't exercise. You don't do fucking anything. So how the fuck are you losing weight, man? You're delusional. You're around people that are fucking pumping your tires. It's not true. And he's like, you're just being an asshole. I'm like, okay, come, step on the scale. I kid you not. I told him to step on the scale. And so he stepped on the scale. And he weighed fucking 262 pounds, 0.8. He's like, no, there's no fucking way. He's like, no, the scale's broken. I said, cool. We'll go to another room on another floor and we'll do it there. Did it again. 262.8. He's like, no, this is absolutely fucked. This is not true. Let's do it somewhere else. Brought it somewhere else. Did it again. 262 point. He's like, no, there's no fucking way. He looks at me, looks down at the floor, looks at his gut, looks at me again. He's like, fuck it. I'm all in. What do I have to do? From then on, he didn't even call me Matt anymore. He started calling me Coach. He refers to all of his friends and even to me when he talks to me as Coach. Like, it's hilarious because I've tried in my past to help him. He's seen how I've helped others, but for him to swallow his pride and actually go like, fuck, like, okay, you have the magic recipe. I want to just do whatever you tell me to do, I'm going to do it. And I looked at him, I'm like, okay, he's approaching 60. He's had two major life-threatening incidents where he had several surgeries for, so he's not as mobile as most people can be. He can't use his arms really to lift weights at this point. Okay, and he's got severe back pain, he's got all these other conditions, so on and so forth. So I'm thinking of something super simple for him to do that will give him results that is sustainable. Okay, and mind you, he's also in his 60s. So what did we do? How did I get him, a truck driver who was forced into early retirement after 20 years on the fucking road? How did I get him at over 60 years old to lose 15 pounds, 15.2 to be exact, in 4 weeks exactly, from September 16th, 2023 to October 16th, 2023? What did I do? It's very simple. I said, look, if you're willing and able to commit to actually changing your body, not just for now, not just to lose some weight, but to like for life, and to get rid of your proteinuria, to get rid of your sleep apnea, to get rid of your high cholesterol, and to actually be fucking healthy, love the way you look in your own clothes. If you really and truly want that, then you're going to adopt a healthy lifestyle, and you're not just going to try to get fit for a couple of months. And that's the first commitment that I need from you. And then I got that commitment from him. He said, yes, I'm willing to do anything. Because that 262 fucking hurt. I saw the pain in his eyes, man. He couldn't believe it. And some of you guys listening to this might experience that when you step on the scale. Honestly, step on the scale now. See how that makes you feel. It's fearful. It's scary. Do it. I fucking promise you. That's the slap in the face you need if you haven't got one already. Okay, so what do we do? I told him it's very simple. All I want you to do is 30 minutes every single day on the treadmill. Just walk. Literally, walk. That's a moment of silence. Walk. That's how fucking simple it was. Walk 7 days a week. Period. No matter what happens, the treadmill's at home, you walk 7 days a week on a 10% incline at 1.5 miles per hour. That's all you got to do. He's like, really? I said, really. He's like, it's that easy? I'm like, it's that easy. Especially when you've gone 20 fucking years of your life without doing any physical activity. It's that easy. Trust me, you're going to see the weight come off. I told him to expect at least 10 pounds in 1 month. Okay? And he was, he talked to me. He's like, fuck, man. If I lose anything less than 10, I'm going to be, demotivated. I'm not going to be excited. I'm not going to be happy. I'm going to be like, this is a waste of time. I'm like, dude, even if you lose 1 fucking pound, you're losing weight. And if you want to abide by the commitment that you gave me and you said, I'm going to do fucking whatever it takes for the rest of my life to not only get to where I want to go in terms of fitness and health and the way I feel, but to keep it, and if not progress further, then I said, it doesn't matter if you lose 1 pound in 1 month. The mindset is that you never stop. And for some people, it's a little bit absurd, but I know who I was dealing with. This is my father. Whatever I have, he has too. And I'm a fucking maniac, so he's a fucking maniac. So I told him, if you want to do it, this is what you got to do. Okay, it's very simple. You can't go to the gym right now. You know all these surgeries and your where the condition of your body right now wouldn't allow you to. You just injure yourself. It would be counterproductive. You would not get the results that you want. So let's start off simple. So he does 30 minutes of cardio, 2-3 days. He's like, this is quite easy. So he ups it to 45 minutes and keeps it around the same speed, 1.5 miles per hour. Same thing, 10% incline. Okay, then he comes up to me and says, I know that it's not all about physical activity. I also have to do something when it comes to my nutrition. And I said, yeah. And so he's the type of guy, like a lot of you guys listening to this, doesn't want to be bothered with a food scale. Okay, just wants to put the fucking meal on the plate and eat it. And so I said, okay, I'm just gonna say the carbs that you've been eating for the years and years and years and years of you truck driving without you exercising, we're going to cut those out. And I know a lot of people are going to think, well, Matt, you said carbs aren't bad for you. You can have carbs and still lose weight. Yes, absolutely you can. But if you want to choose to not use a food scale, then you should choose to not have an absurd amount of carbs, or at least high glycemic carbs, because it's very easy to fuck up the portions and go backwards with your progress. And so I kept it very simple. No food scale. If you don't want to use a food scale, you're going to stick to low glycemic carbs, and you're going to have them baked or boiled. Okay, and you're going to stick to dark green vegetables. All right, you're going to have them raw or in a stew. It's very simple. Sodium in control. Nothing too crazy. All right, and as for your protein sources, nothing's fried. All right, and again, he already had proteinuria, so we had to reduce his protein intake so that he could be, so we could be on the safe side anyway. But we weren't counting his protein. We weren't counting his carbs, even though they were all low glycemic. And of course, we weren't counting the fucking vegetables. He was just eating those to make sure that he was healthy internally, dark greens. All right. And so it was very simplistic, a very basic approach. Of course, what he was eating was a lot less in terms of portioning, because I was there to look at him and say, hey, like this is, you want to have a smaller portion as well. You don't just want to be eating as much as you possibly can. You want to learn how to taper down and not eat until you get overly full or full, but eat until you've had enough, which he was able to train himself to do. And his metabolism was actually increasing as he was getting more physically active within the first week and a half. Right? So we had no food scale. All he did was walk 45 minutes a day, 1.5 miles per hour on a 10% incline on a fucking treadmill, 7 days a week. And in exactly 4 weeks, from September 16th, 2023 to October 16th, 2023, he lost 15.2 pounds. So he went from 262 pounds, 0.8, okay, to 247.6. And I kid you not, guys, when he stepped on that, he was fucking scared as shit. He's like, we're only going to check once a month, but I don't know, man. If I step on the scale and I'm, I don't at least lose 10 pounds, or he goes by what? If I don't lose at least 3 kilos or whatever, 6 pounds, 7 pounds, then I'm going to be fucking demotivated. Okay, and so I'm thinking, man, dude, whatever happens on the scale, I promise you it's going to be less. Why? Because he was already telling me by 3 weeks in, 2.5 weeks in, he's like, my back doesn't hurt anymore. I can sleep better. I wake up, I'm more energized. And so those are already signs to me that was already fucking working, and signs to him as well. And he knew it. He was excited. That's why he hoped that those results aligned with the number on the scale, which they exceeded his expectations. Okay. And when I saw him step on that scale and get off that scale, like, if you're watching this live, you can see me cheesing right now. I'm smiling, bro, because that was fucking exciting. I've never seen him that happy in my fucking life. Like, actually that happy. Like, he jumped a little bit. Maybe I saw him happy once like that. I think it was way back when the fucking Toronto Maple Leafs won the Stanley Cup. But he jumped, man. This guy got off the scale. He's like, what? Nah, and we did the exact same thing. We put it on different floors of the house, right? And he's like, this is impossible. This is impossible. The first time when we were, at 262, he's like, this is impossible, with like a frown. But now he's like, this is impossible. He's like, this is fucked. I was expecting 10 pounds when I got 15. Oh man, I'm gonna turn up the heat. I'm gonna fucking, and dude, guys, 7 days a week, 45 minutes. He did not fucking miss. And he's at 60 years old, had multiple surgeries, life-threatening fucking injuries, and there's no excuses for you because of that. I don't give a fuck. 45 minutes, you can walk. This man exceeded both our expectations by just being consistent and doing basic shit. Didn't even use the food scale, just ate less. Okay? The foods that he couldn't control himself with, stopped eating them. And then he remained consistent with his efforts on the treadmill. And because of that, he was able to go from 262 pounds, 262.8 to be specific, down to 247.6 in one fucking month. And now, instead of doing 1.5 miles per hour on the 10% incline for 45 minutes on the treadmill, we're tweaking it up and we're going to get into 1.7. And we're going to see what results we do get in the next 1 month because we only check in every single month. Okay? And again, I'm just saying, let's aim for 10. Let's aim for 10. Let's aim for 10. But if we exceed it, we exceed it. That's amazing. And so, guys, his goal is to reach 200 pounds and never give up on his body again. Not just to hit the fucking weight, but that commitment that he made at the beginning of this episode that I talked about him never, ever, ever giving up on himself again because he hated the way he fucking felt, the way he felt that he looked in clothes, the way his health was fucking him up. He couldn't stand for more than 5 fucking minutes. Lower back pain, proteinuria, high cholesterol, all these annoying meds, all those things. To put that in the past permanently and age gracefully and achieve a body weight he hasn't fucking achieved since, the early 2000s. Like, that was his commitment. And his goal is to reach 200 pounds. And guys, I fucking promise you, over my dead body, like, you will see this happen. I've never seen this guy so fucking dedicated, and I'm more than proud. Beyond proud. I actually caught myself saying I'm proud of you like every fucking day to my dad. I text him, I'll tell him this, tell him that. I'm proud of you, man. You know what I'm saying? Because I've seen the effort that he's putting in. And now the people around him are noticing. But most importantly, he's off the fucking meds. My dad gets to live longer, man. That's fucking sick. That's wicked. And all because of what? Simplicity, consistency, but most importantly, swallowing his pride and ego and asking for help, even when he didn't want to. Like, guys, I don't know if you understand how strict and how prideful African parents can be. And this guy literally, he was not an exception at all. And a lot of you guys listening to this right now might think, oh, I know it all, or I don't need, this can't really help me that much. I don't really believe that it can. Cool. You'll see his progress in the next coming months, and you're going to be like, okay, maybe let's have a conversation, because this is not a joke. This is not a joke. And I know he'll reach 200 pounds by his next birthday at the very least. It's about next year, right? And he says he maybe he might hit 170 pounds actually. That might be his end all life goal, then he'll maintain 170. And he hasn't been that weight since the mid fucking 80s. Guys, nothing is impossible. If this 60-year-old truck driver who's been retired after 20 years of service with several injuries, several setbacks, divorce, everything, stress, meds, poor health, if he can lose 15 pounds in 1 month without a food scale and just by walking at over 60 years old, there's no fucking excuse for you, and I'm sorry about it. Period. Whatever you're telling yourself is absolute bullshit. Fuck that shit. It's bullshit. Stop telling yourself that, because you heard the story, and you'll be seeing it if you follow me on Instagram, on Facebook, on TikTok, YouTube, wherever. I'll be posting this transformation in the coming months. All right? That's it. That's all. If you like this episode, share it out with a friend. I hope I was able to deliver a valuable experience to you guys and girls today. Thank you so much for your precious time and attention. Also, if you want to lose 15 pounds in 1 month in a very simple manner, and you're around 250, 260, 270 pounds, you've been a truck driver or you've been doing a job that doesn't really require you to move a lot, you can shoot me a message at Matt Butale on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, wherever you're listening to this, watching this. Drop a comment on YouTube if you're watching this on YouTube, and I'll reach out to you, and we'll see if you'll be a good fit in the Natural Nomad Academy so that I can help you personally You'll have a personal coach, IFBB Pro Matt Butale. All right, let's embrace our inner meathead together. It's been nice chatting. Hope you like what today's topic was about. IFBB Pro Matt Butale signing out. Boom. All right, folks. Nashanda, I hope you have a blessed day, girl. Prion, what's happening? Fred on the inside, what's up? Anise, what's good? Conquering Savage, what's up? Nature Boy, what's happening, bro? YGM, Alan, what's good? Fit Mother Trucker says that pride to be set to the side. Absolutely, dog. He says, oh, so Fit Mother Trucker, he says, I am a trucker. So I definitely understand where he's coming from. Definitely, dude. Shout out to you, man. Appreciate you. Tyson's a trucker. You know what it is. A natural nomad alumni in the house. Mr. Sanchez, what's good, dog? Built by J Band. Shout out to you. Akshay, what's up? Truel, what's happening? Says rolling 72s, truckers or rolling 48s. Dude, this guy, all this trucker lingo, I don't understand it. I do not drive trucks, bro. Fit workers, what's up? Prabha, what's happening? I'm in Jot, what's good? Rainco, what's happening? Hey, I see you, bro. What's up, homie? Plug Pope, my dog. All right, Joe, Lloyd, JMD, what's up? All right, folks, that's it. That's all. Everybody on TikTok, man, I appreciate y'all. We hit 1.4K likes today. Pretty awesome. You guys rock. That's it. That's all. If you guys enjoyed this episode and you're just joining into the stream right now and you wish you wish to hear the rest of it, you can either go to Meathead on the Mic podcast on Spotify and Apple Podcasts, or you can just check me out on YouTube. I post the raw live streams of this on YouTube, so you can just check it out. It's MATT space BUTALE Matt Butale. Check that out if you want to hear the whole entire thing. But outside of that, hope you guys and girls have a sick ass, kick ass Tuesday. I'm signing out. Peace.